Welcome back onto our mat for our space of yoga practice, yoga asana. Cup the fingertips alongside you. Root the buttocks down through the space, the base that you have taken, as you ease and extend the spine upwards into lightness and length. And the rooting down through the very tip of the cupped fingers assists with that. As the buttocks descend, you can press a little more efficiently into the tip of the fingers and ease the whole of the spinal column up. And in the lift and that firmness of the spinal column easing up, soften your inner elbows and broadly relax your shoulders, broadening across the collarbones, the upper shoulder blades, letting them settle and easing the neck, the head up and off the top of the shoulders, balancing the neck, the head. Gently close your eyes and releasing your hands, fold your palms in front of your heart center, Atmanjali Mudra, the seal of the Atman, the seal of the soul. Soften your inner elbows. And bring yourself to the very center of your being. Allowing the breath to inhale from that center, radiating outwards, upwards, in every direction. And as you breathe out, coming back to that very center of your being, the heart center, the seat of the Atman. And as the breath settles, becoming smooth, bring yourself into your axis, onto your space of balance. And as the breath settles, allow the breath in turn to come to a space of being balanced. The inhale to the exhale, and then following the next smooth inhale, exhale. Let the mind come and rest in that quiet, balanced breath. And as the breath settles, silently, when you feel ready, start to chant internally, silently, your 3 arms with each consecutive exhalation. Allowing the arms to vibrate, to resonate through the inner body. Bow your head to your heart. Make your own inner acknowledgements. Setting up your intentions, your sankalp for your practice today. And maybe including in that intention to stay connected to the very center of your being, with a sense of quiet, inner balance. Rest the back of your hands onto your inner knees. Raise your head. Open your eyes. Extend your arms forward. Bring your right index finger on top of the left, inverting the palms away from you. Squeeze your outer upper arms to the arm bone to fully open your elbow joints and press, dome the palms away from you, taking the arms up and over the head. Squeeze the outer arms so that the inner elbows fully spread, lengthen, broaden. And then from there, drawing the arms up and back. So once more, that settling of the shoulder into the shoulder joint to open, to spread the armpits, puff out the armpits, and then release the back of the neck. Ease the side ribs up to the armpits. Release the back of the neck. Long, soft back neck. Breathe. Easing upwards, breathing out, opening the armpits. Raise your head, release your arms, and excuse me, I need to stretch my legs away from me. Cup your fingertips, root the buttocks down, lengthen and lift the spine. Cross your legs the other way. Extend the arms forward. Bring your left index finger on top of the right and invert the palms away from you. Squeeze the outer upper arms to the bone. Take the arms up and over the head. Lift the side ribs upwards. Lengthen. Spread the armpits as you take your arms back and release the back of the neck. Chin to chest, but the sternum broadly lifting to support the chin. Parvatasana. Breathe, easing upwards, lengthening, breathing out broadly, spreading the abdomen back. Raise your head, release your arms. So for today's practice, you're going to need all your shoulder stand equipment that we used last week, so be it a number of blankets, 3, 4, whatever you need, or 1. If you have 4 foams, please have those handy, your belts, your bricks. And come standing up, Tadasana. Feet together. Be in the center of your mat. Root down through the 4 points of the soles of the feet. The ball mound of the big toe, the little toe, inner heel, outer heel, and firmly, dynamically draw up the arches of the feet. As those 4 points root down like deep tap roots into the earth, lift the arches of the feet dynamically upwards through the legs. And as the energy flows through the legs, lift the thighs, all 4 sets of thigh muscles strongly drawing into the hip socket. Compact your outer hips as if you have tight belts, drawing the femur heads towards each other. Lift from the pubis to the sternal notch, abdomen broadly back, lift the front of the spine. And extend from those relaxed shoulders, the arms, through the edges of your sticky mat. Reach down. Head in neutral. Tadasana, mountain pose. Maintaining that firmness, that balance in the front and the back of the feet, on the left and the right foot. Be firm, coming back to the center of your being. So stop the doing. Allow yourself to be in this still, steady balance. Stira Sukham Asana. Stable, contented asana. Keeping the firmness in your left leg, raise your right leg up. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Firmly plant that right foot onto the left thigh and bring your arms into Urdhva Namaskar. So as you root your left foot down, lift from the front of the tailbone through the front of the spine all the way up, drawing your palms dynamically upwards. Compact your outer hips, abdomen broadly back to lift it up the front of the spine. Arms down, come stand in Tadasana once more. Compact the outer hips, abdomen broadly back as you firm up your right leg and bring the left leg Tadasana. Hands into Urdhva Namaskar. Lift right from those 4 points underneath the soles of the feet to your fingertips. And release. Come and standing in the center of your mat, once more Tadasana, for Teeter Trikonasana. Bring your fingertips to touch, relax the shoulders, ease into the elbows. Inhale, jump or step the feet wide. Pressing into your outer left foot, turn the left toes in, standing into your right heel, turn your right leg out. Compact the outer hips, center the spine facing forwards and lift from the pubis through to the sternum bone. Inhale, and on the exhalation, Teeter Trikonasana. Shoulders down the back body. Breathing in, scoop this right buttocks into the body. Breathing out, abdomen back. Turn the whole of your abdomen right to left so that the sternum can turn with the abdomen and look up at your left fingertips. Inhale, come up. Turn your feet to face forwards. Right toes in, the whole of this left leg, right from the inner thigh to roll out as you press into the heel. Scoop your left buttocks in. Remember the last class I referred to a tennis ball. So it's like you've got this tennis ball moving the buttock bone forward and the abdomen broadly back. So as you extend the arms to come down, keep turning the abdomen as you turn the whole of your trunk from left to right to look up. So as you breathe in, extend through your limbs. As you breathe out, broaden the abdomen back and turn it from left to right. Inhale, come up. Turn your feet to face forwards. Jump or step your feet together. Remember, those of you with the back issues, no jumping. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Fingertips to touch. Inhale, jump the feet wide. Left toes in, right leg out. Scoop that right buttocks in, abdomen broadly back. Keep turning the abdomen from right to left. For today, put your left hand on your hip. Keep looking forwards onto the horizon line so that the sternum, the navel turning to the ceiling. Bend your right knee, take your right hand to the floor and be on your left fingertips. Now stand firmly into your right foot, your right hand, and raise your left leg up. Scoop your right buttocks into the body to bring this left hip vertically above the right. Take your left arm up. Ardha Chandrasana. Press firmly into your inner left heel and lift your left inner thigh to the bone. Reaching into the fingertips, into your heel, bend your right knee. Come back, Teeter Trikonasana. Inhale, come up, turn your feet to face forwards, jump your feet together, Tadasana. I'm just going to shift my mat from a space perspective. Feet together, Tadasana. Fingertips to touch. Inhale, jump. Right toes in, left leg, whole of that thigh turns out. Abdomen back, up and to the right. Inhale, and on the exhale, Teeter Trikonasana. Place your right hand on your hip. Keep the sternum, the abdomen turning up to the ceiling as best you can. Bend your left knee. Take your left hand to the floor. Come onto your right big toe. And then firming up your left leg, your left hand. Raise your right leg up. Scoop that left buttocks into the body. Bring your right hip above your left and raise your right arm. Each breath, breathe out, abdomen back, turn it left to right. Bend your left knee, step back, keep reaching through your right arm as you straighten your left leg. Inhale, come up, turn your feet to face forwards, jump the feet together, Tadasana. Part your feet as wide as your sticky mat, fold forward. Remember those hands onto the front thighs in the last class, keep them there, moving back as the pubis comes forward. Bring your hands to the floor. And if you can, fold the elbows, releasing the head. If you find that the upper back rounds, please remember your bricks are there. Your chair is there. Let this upper back, this dorsal move in so the heart center at all times remains open. Change the fold of your arms to the other way. Stand firmly in all 4 points of the feet, equally balanced, front and back, inner, outer feet. Breathe. Now reaching through your inner elbows, extend the arms forward. Inhale. Stretch the arms up and out. Taking your sticky mat to a space of wall, take a marker. It could be a foam. I have my brick in this instance. You're going to turn your feet towards the wall and make a marker. So here's my femur head that comes into my hip socket. You want that marker to be there. So in other words, the back point, if that's my femur head, I'm taking that marker there. You could take whatever it is to make that marker. And come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tuck your toes under, heels down. Forearms rotating in, upper arms externally rotating. Shoulders, shoulder blades deep into the back body. Open your armpits. Heels firmly down. Lift your thighs. Remember those hands moving the front thighs back. Lengthen your pubis to your sternum and lift the base of your sternum to your pubis. Bend your knees. Adho Mukha Virasana. Then coming up, make yourself a narrower dog stretch. So now the heel of the palm is going to go where that marker is. And tucking your toes under,
Come and step back, your feet a little closer than normal, maybe 5 centimeters apart. Root down through the index finger, the thumb, so that the weight comes more onto the root of the finger than onto the wrist area. When we hang into the wrist, it means these upper arms, the shoulders are not working efficiently. So you want to root down through the base of the index finger even more so to get the weight off the wrists. Lock your elbows. And then from there, tucking your right toes under, raise your right leg up. Roll that outer right hip in. And pressing into the toes, move your front thighs to your back thighs. If you can, walk your hands in some. But keep this outer hip internally rotating so that the sacrum is spread. Reach the heel up, front thighs to back thighs. And walk out. Heels down. If you need a little rest, have it. Root down through the index finger, the thumb. Raise your left leg up. Spiral that left hip bone into the medial plane. If you can, if there's space, capacity, walk your hands in, but keep the alignment of the hips. And release, come out, have a little rest. Adho Mukha Virasana. Sorry. So we're going to repeat that once more. Now taking the top of the feet into the wall. So your wrists where your marker is. Feet slightly closer together. So a narrow dog stretch. Take your right leg up. Now press the top of the foot into the wall. And this top foot, by pressing that top foot into the wall, allows more efficient moving of the front thighs back. Walk your hands in. Spiral that right hip in and lift your left heel. Climb up the wall. Keep the hips aligned and descend that left foot, but keeping the alignment of the hips. And walk out. If you need a little rest, have it. Feet together. Slightly part the feet, about 5 centimeters. Take your left leg up the wall, top of the foot onto the wall now. Walk your hands back if there's capacity and spiral your left hip in. Descend your right heel without losing that left hip. Press the top of your left foot into the wall. Abdomen back, front thighs back. Lift your thighs. And walk out. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Virasana. Check in on how the shoulders feel, how the arms feel. If they're tired, rest them, bend the elbows. Otherwise, keep the arms extended. Open the armpits. And from there, coming up. Okay. From there, a little short sequence of coming from Adho Mukha Svanasana. So tuck the toes under, heels down. Stand firmly into the whole of the heel, like a horseshoe heel, pressing them back and down. Lift your thighs, your knees. Now, Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. Step your right leg forward and raise your left leg up. So have your hands to the floor for today. That action that you did at the wall, spiraling the frontal hip bone to the medial line, broadly spread your abdomen back and lift your thighs. Place your hands close to your right foot. Step your left leg back, right leg back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg forward. As you step the left leg forward, hands down, right leg up. Spiral that hip in, abdomen broadly spreading back, left leg up. Lift the thighs, lengthen the sternum. Right leg down, step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So, including in that now, come sitting down. We're going to repeat that, but from the other angle. So, from there, just observe as I demonstrate. We're going to take Vrikshasana with the right leg, arms up, and from there, extending that right leg back and up. From there, coming up. Keep this foot raised so that you maintain the balance. Let's go. Feet together. Raise your right leg up. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Hands into Urdhva Namaskar. Compact the hips. Abdomen back and lift it up the front of the spine. Easing upwards, compact the hips. Remember that those tennis balls into the buttocks, abdomen broadly back to lift up the front of the spine. From that stability, hinge far forward as you raise your right leg up into Urdhva Prasarita Ekapadasana. Spiraling that right hip in. Lift your thighs, lengthen your sternum. Inhale, coming up, keep that right foot raised, tuck it in. Left leg. Be in Tadasana. Raise your left leg up. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Compact the outer hips. Pubis to sternum, abdomen broadly back. Move this right front thigh back onto the thigh bone. Lifting up. Right through the front of the spine to the fingertips. Become tall, stable, tree pose. From there, hinging forward with the hands, lift your left leg up. Lift the thighs. Keep that left foot off the floor. The balance imperative. We're doing balancing poses. Part your feet as wide as your sticky mat. Outer feet onto the inner edge of the mat. Hinge forward. Uttanasana. Taking the hands either alongside the outer feet, in front of you or folding the elbows, whatever feels most restful for you and your breath. Allow the breath just to ease in and out of the body. Maybe long, maybe short. Just let the breath follow its own rhythm. If the elbows are folded, change the fold of the elbows to the other way. Hands to the floor, come up.
Vrikshasana to Virabhadrasana 3. So come and stand at the front of your mat into Tadasana, firmly bringing the front thighs back. Lift from the pubis to the sternal notch, abdomen broadly back as you compact your outer hips. So there's this drawing in, like you had that drawing in to the dorsal thoracic. There's the same sense of a drawing in to the center of gravity area. But as we draw in and the abdomen settles back, there's a softening and a spreading internally of the abdomen. So the organic body remains soft, spreading. The organic body always soft. So, abdomen broadly back, lift up the front of the spine, and once more, raising your right leg, Vrikshasana, tree pose. We've done it a few times now, so there should be a steadiness. Compact those outer hips, lengthen the buttocks, the upper buttocks drawing towards the heels while the lower buttocks lifts towards those tennis balls. Abdomen back from that center of gravity. Inhale, extend your right leg back as you reach the arms forward. Virabhadrasana 3, warrior pose 3. Spiral that right hip in, stretch into your right heel, your fingertips. Inhale. Come up, tuck that right foot in. Tadasana. Other side. Stand firmly into the heels so the front thighs can connect to the thigh bone. That allows that bringing of the middle buttocks into the body, that firming of the gluteal muscles without needing to squeeze. Abdomen broadly back and up. Raise your left leg. Vrikshasana, tree pose. And then from there, hinging from that middle line, that center of gravity, and coming up, tuck that left foot in. Hopefully that toe didn't touch the floor. And release. Come standing in Tadasana. Breathe. Check in on the breath. The breath is an excellent indicator of the state of the mind, the state of the physical body. When the breath is tense, stressed, be aware that there is tension, stress somewhere else within. When the breath is smooth and flowing, then the tension has been released. You're allowing for that tension to melt away. So, From there, we're going to be going into shoulder stand for today. So please set up your shoulder stand in whatever way works for you. I'm going to set up sideways like this. As we did last time, I'm fortunate enough to have a couple of foams and blankets. So take whatever support you need. If you're using just 2 or 3 blankets, set them up there. Remember the neat edge of the blanket where your neck is going to be. Bricks behind you as a landing or launching pad for your lower back to protect that lower back. Your sticky mat just slightly away from the edge, so shoulders have capacity to shift and move whilst the elbows are rooted down and stable. Having set yourself up, have your belt, the loop as large, as big as your outer shoulders. So if you spread the shoulders and you hook your thumbs into the loop, then you should be able to reach there. We're going to do one variation in the pose today called Niralamba. So Salamba Savangasana. Salamba means supported. Niralamba means unsupported. So it's like we are standing in Tadasana with the arms extending alongside the side of the trunk. But in this case, the only difference from Tadasana is that your chin is to your chest. Remember your Parvatasana. So same thing here. The arms are going to reach up the side of the trunk as you reach through to your heels. And this is your head on the floor in Jalandhara Bandha. From that, we'll take the arms up and over the head, pressing the back of the hands into the floor, keeping the legs at the vertical. Niralamba Savangasana. For those of you that find it unattainable, please just stay in Sarvangasana. So come and lie down. One third of the neck onto your support. Before you go into the pose today, you're going to take your hands up and over like this to adjust your shoulders. And then when you're in Halasana, you're going to stretch your arms up the side of the trunk as well to climb onto the top of the shoulders and pressurize the top of the shoulders to prepare for that Niralamba. So from there, tucking your knees to your chest, inhale, and on the exhalation, tip up and over, Halasana. Walk your feet a little further away so that you can bring your hips vertically above your shoulders. And as I said a short while ago, take your hands up and over, press your hands into the floor and tuck your shoulders underneath you. Draw them slightly back and lengthen the back of your neck. Staying in Halasana, reach your fingertips up to the ceiling. Reach into your arms, climb onto the top of your shoulder heads and press your shoulders into the floor to lift your buttocks, your hips up. So feel this extension of the arms now, because you're going to need it shortly in Niralamba. From there, take your belt, put your belt on, belt just above your elbow joint. Rotate your inner upper arms up and out as you turn your thumbs down, little fingers to the ceiling. Climb a little further onto the top of your shoulders. Interlock your fingers behind your back. Press your inner upper arms out and down.
and your outer arms into the support. Lift your front thighs to your back thighs. Those hands pressing into the front thighs. Interlock your fingers the other way and make any necessary subtle adjustments to the shoulders. Outer upper arms press down. Lift your spine. Move your spine strongly into the back body, pressing your elbows down. Take your hands onto your upper back. Lift the excess skin. Lift your back ribs and take your legs up. Sarvangasana. So as the skin of the back ribs rests into your hands, move the bony structure, the muscles around the back ribs into the body. So the skin can rest into the hands, but the back ribs move away from the hands, into the back. Those tennis balls move the buttocks, the middle buttocks into the body as you move your front thighs back and back and back to come to the vertical. Abdomen, breathe out, broadly spread the abdomen back, reaching up right from the cervical spine, the neck spine, through the tailbone, through the heels. Salamba Savangasana. So Salamba, supported. Breathe. Soften the inner walls of the throat, allowing a sense of inner space, that the breath flows free and full. Compact your hips. Compact your outer thighs. Extend firmly through your inner legs. Release your hands from your back. Remove your belt. Firm up the legs. Take your arms alongside the trunk. Niralamba Savangasana. Middle buttocks in. Front thighs back. Abdomen broadly moving back. Press the outer shoulders, the upper shoulders into the floor to re-lift through the spine. Re-lift through the fingertips. Take your arms up and over your head. Press the back of the hands into the floor to re-establish that lift. Abdomen broadly back. Inner walls of the throat soft, spacious. Extending through your heels, front thighs to back thighs. Extend the legs away from you, coming down, Halasana. Relax your arms for a moment, but keep the legs firm. Come onto your tiptoes as you lift the outer hips, lift the buttock bones. Inner walls of the throat soft and open. Extend your arms towards your feet, front thighs to back thighs. Reach right from your upper buttocks through your heels to slowly, slowly come out of the pose. Keep your head moving back so that the front throat for the moment is open. Niralamba Savangasana is wonderful for thyroid and parathyroid problems. So here, in a way, you've squeezed the throat, you've squeezed the thyroid area. Now you're allowing it to flow open and the new blood, the new life to flood into this area. Stay for a moment. Let it flush into the thyroid. And then from there, just gently roll over to your side, come up. Take your support, just like you did the other day, using your foams, or fold your blankets in half, putting one on top of the other so that you create yourself a little bolster. Remove your bricks. Setting that bolster up for yourself. Come and lie down. Bring your buttocks close to the bolster. Your back thighs climbing up. Bend your legs. Lengthen your spine. Tuck your shoulders underneath you like you did in your Sukhasana, almost like you're going onto those front heads of the shoulders. So the dorsal thoracic can rest into the body. That's its natural space. So this heart center can spread, open, soften. Rest your arms. Soften your palms. Close your eyes. Soften the lips. Allow the lips to be full and soft, creating a little smile at the corners of the lips, allowing that smile to melt through every layer, every cell of the body, coming to rest in your heart center. Have a few longer exhalations as you breathe out, surrendering the front body to the back body. As you breathe out, surrendering the back body into the earth. And now letting go even the breath. Let go completely. Keeping your eyes closed, gradually, gently allow the breath to rise and spread through the whole of the body, right from the soles of the feet, from the palms of the hands, through to the crown of the head. Feel the breath as it touches every cell, every layer of the body, becoming fuller, more pronounced. And just surrendering the out-breath, letting go. Roll the legs towards each other, one by one. Draw up your legs, place your feet on that support, and rest broadly the back body into the earth. Abdomen softly spreading back. Ease your right arm up and over your head and roll completely onto your right. Rest your right temple on the right upper arm. Roll a little further, press your left hand, right hand down. Come sitting in Sukhasana. Palms in Atmanjali Mudra. Ease the spine upwards into lightness and length. Bow your head to your heart, making your own inner acknowledgements. A deep sense of gratitude to this body for its capacity to do our yoga practice. Namaste. Hello, Guru.